मेरी क्लास में जल्दी जल्दी everybody gets connected. The more the better, the more the merrier. Come on, come on, come on everyone. How are you all feeling today? My name is Pooja and today we are going to start with many interesting news, and we are going to ensure that by the end of this session you have a lot of content for your answer writing and for your pre-examination as well. Now, this particular section is majorly on pre. Okay, keep that in mind. So we are going to have MCQ sessions on a daily basis. This is like a mock test to you guys. You just have to answer them correctly and you have to answer them in the comment section. And whosoever answers it correctly, we are going to applaud them. Okay. Hi Shamu, hi Chirag, how are you guys feeling? Hi Shrishti, how are you? Good evening. Hi Raj, how are you? Come on, everybody gets connected. Everybody gets connected, and it's so good for us that we are doing pretty well in our coverage, because we are able to give you 10 news on a daily basis, and by the end of this month you will have 260 topics. 260 topics are really good, right? Because 260 topics will definitely have a good strike rate, and this is done on a daily basis, so that's also good. Come on, let's start with our first news for today. You have to consider the pairs and you will tell me which one is correct. Everybody, I'm expecting everyone. Hi Khan M6Q, good evening. Now, country and what is their role in India's LPG supply? Qatar, largest supplier in LPG. USA, first structured long-term supply deal. Kuwait, minimal supplier below 5%. You have to tell me which, how many of the above, how many, not which, how many of the above pairs are correctly matched. Come on, I want you all to answer. Hi Dalip, how are you? Come on, I want all of you to answer, guys. Do it quick as possible. However, try to answer it correctly, not like that only. Come on, come on, come on, answer it. If I ask any question, I expect answers, guys. Then thereafter we are going to talk about why we are discussing it. Come on, any answers are welcome. The more the merrier. The more answers I get, the merrier it will be. So please answer it. Anyone wants to answer? Shamu, Chirag, Shrishti, Raj, Khan and Dalip. Okay, I'll be waiting for the answer. Let's first of all talk about why are we discussing this news. LPG, because of liquefied petroleum gas. This is the full form of LPG. And India is majorly dependent on imports to fulfill its need for LPG. And recently we have signed a good long-term structured deal with, very good. Okay, who have answered? Shrishti has answered, Chirag has answered and Shamu has answered. Okay, I will tell you if you have answered it correctly or not. First of all, let's talk about why we are talking about it. Liquefied petroleum gas. Recently, what has happened that India has signed its first ever long structured deal with USA. So, India has signed a long structured deal with USA to procure 2.2 million tons. Remember this data because it is important. Million tons of LPG per year, and this is a very important development because out of total import percentage, this shows that 10% of India's dependence for LPG will be on USA. India's dependence on USA for its LPG purposes. Okay, liquefied petroleum gas purposes. So that is pretty concerning. Why? Because the more we are dependent on any country, the more our policies become lagged. All right. Later on, if we talk about liquefied petroleum gas, it is part propane and part butane. It is made up of propane and butane. Good energy source, specially used for cooking purposes. So propane is approximately 50 to 60% in it, and butane is approximately 40% to 50%. The largest supplier for us in terms of LPG is Qatar. Qatar is the largest supplier of LPG for us. So Qatar is the largest supplier of LPG to India. Thereafter, significant suppliers include those who also significantly contribute to the import of LPG. Significantly, other countries are also there. For example, Kuwait, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. India is also producing its own LPG. However, it is just 35% of the total demand. So approximately 12.8 million tons per year we produce our own LPG. That is just 35%. And remaining 65% comes from these countries. 65% of LPG comes from import. So this is pretty concerning. Why? Because in India, LPG is a major source as a cooking fuel. So 90% of LPG that we have is used as a cooking source. Especially if we look at countries, if we look at different kinds of policies such as the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Here, Ujjwala Yojana means providing gas cylinders, right? So what happens is that 90% of LPG is used in households as a cooking fuel. So that is why we are trying to diversify. We do not want to be dependent on just certain group of countries. We want to be dependent on many countries. And now we are dependent on the USA as well. Now, I hope you are writing down these notes with me. Hi Saddam, Assalamu alaikum. Aapko bhi, if I know कि यही बोला जाता है. So thanks for telling me. तो नहीं, I think Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam. That is all I know. That is what I've seen in the movies. Now, moving on. Country and the role in the LPG supply. Come on, do tell me. Qatar, largest supplier. USA, first structured long-term supply deal. Kuwait, minimal supplier, below 5%. Now, can you answer it? Can you guys answer this correctly now? Please tell me. Can you guys answer it? Please answer it. Now, can you guys answer it? So, first is definitely correct that Qatar is the largest supplier. Second is also correct. First structured long-term supply deal for this LPG, and this is 2.2 million tons per year. We are going to get it from the USA. So, first is correct, second is correct, but third is not correct. Why? It is written that it is minimal supplier. However, we know that Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE, they are the major suppliers of it. So that means third is incorrect. First and second are correct, but third is not correct. So what will happen here? Only two. How many of you have answered it correctly? Shamu has answered. Chirag, no. Shamu has answered. Khan has answered. Then Shamu, Shrishti and Khan. Okay, very good. Others are also most welcome to answer the questions. Please, thank you so much. I will feel very nice if you also answer it correctly. Now, next news is Global Methane Status Report. This will be our next topic. Global Methane Status Report. Let's note down it. Global Methane. The writing is an issue in this board because why does it join? I do not know. Global Methane Status Report. This is the first ever report for methane tracking 2025. This has been recently launched at the sidelines of the Belém summit where COP is happening, COP30. So this is the first report ever to tell the status of global methane emissions, and it has been launched at the sidelines of COP30. Sidelines of COP30. COP30 Conference of Parties 30 under the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is happening where? In Belém, Brazil. We know that. Belém is very significant as a COP holder. Why? because it is known as the gateway to the Amazon, and we know what role does Amazon play. Amazon rainforest play gateway to the Amazon. So this is extremely important to us. Next, this report has suggested certain things, such as there will be an increase of methane emissions by 5% by the year 2030. So it has suggested that methane emissions will increase, methane emissions by the year 2030. First is this finding. That means we are unable to crack down on methane emissions. Secondly, it has said that methane emissions have doubled if we compare the current status to the status of pre-industrial era. So methane emissions have doubled since industrial revolution or industrial revolution era. Can anybody tell me what is the industrial revolution era, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the industrial revolution era? It is actually considered to be between 1850 to 1900. So whatever methane emissions were there before this period, it has now doubled. So this is also pretty concerning. It is said that every year, now we are seeing that 352 million tons per annum of methane emissions are increasing. And India, interestingly, is in the top 3. So that is also concerning. Keep this. These data are important. Why? Because you will get to write them in your mains examination, as well as yes, very good, Shristi. As well as 20. No, this is 2030. As well as prelims and mains both. Now, so what was I saying? Per annum emissions have also increased. Now, the concentration of methane has become 352 million tons, which is concerning. Why it is concerning? Because it is a greenhouse gas and it is extremely harmful. Hi Rishi, how are you? So as soon as we say that methane emissions are increasing, we must understand that methane is a greenhouse gas. It is extremely potent. If we compare it to carbon dioxide, it is more potent than carbon dioxide. The only relief is that we do not see it as a long-term greenhouse gas. It's short-lived. It lives only 12 years. But if we continuously increase the concentration, it will heat our atmosphere 80 times more than the normal carbon dioxide gas. Hi Vikram, good evening. So that is concerning to us. Anybody who is joining the class right now, please try to make notes along with me so that we can learn together. It is important to see this class as a note-making class. It is a serious class. I'm just not doing the PDF thing, because I want you all to understand that until and unless you all write with me, you will not remember a thing. All right. And this report has recently come, so that is why it is very important that we see it. Apart from that, let's talk about methane as a greenhouse gas. Methane is a colorless, odorless gas. We know that it has different sorts of sources as well. Very interestingly, methane has natural and man-made or human-made, both sources. So methane, it is a colorless and odorless gas. First, it is a component of natural gas. Its formula is CH4. It is a component of natural gas, guys. Yeah, right? We do understand that. Component of natural gas. It is a short-lived gas. That means it lives in our atmosphere for only 12 years. Short-lived. It lives 12 years. But as compared to carbon dioxide, it has a huge potential for warming. As compared to carbon dioxide, if it stays in the atmosphere for 20 years, as compared to carbon dioxide, it will become 80 times more potent. That means it will heat our atmosphere more aggressively. So that is why this is a problem. It has both natural sources and also artificial sources or human-made sources. So natural and human made. Both sources are available for it. Natural sources, anywhere where we have wetlands. Wetlands do emanate methane. Termites have a digestive procedure in which it starts writing on itself. That is why it is pretty irritating. Termites have a digestion system in which they emanate methane gas. Hi Sanjana, you are late. You are late. Okay. So moving on, we say wetlands, termites, and other things. What was I saying? Natural. Yes, volcanoes. Volcanoes are also a term. Next, apart from volcanoes, you have to tell me all the sources that you think that are natural in nature and they emanate methane. Even permafrost. Permafrost is also a source of it. Okay, permafrost is also a source of it. Yes, Shrishti. But this year, for the first time, it has come, so that is why I wrote 2025. Permafrost, you know what is permafrost? Any area of land which is covered by ice for minimum 2 years and maximum infinite number of years is known to be permafrost. Because of permafrost, a lot of hydrates, there are methane hydrates which are captured in that permafrost. So that is why little bit of permafrost, if it gets melted, the amount of methane also releases itself. So that is why permafrost is also known as a natural source for methane emission. But human sources are the most common and the most aggressive. First of all, from agriculture sources, we have paddy, because paddy is inundated by water, and because of paddy inundation of water, methane gas emanates continuously. Apart from that, stubble burning. We know what is stubble burning. Burning of the unharvested straws, standing straws, that is stubble burning. Apart from that, through industries, especially by fossil fuels. If I talk about waste, landfills are a big source of it. Landfills and plus wastewater. All these are human sources, human-made sources of methane emission. Now, if I point about India, India is specifically concerned. Why? Because India is in the top 3 methane emitters of the world. So, India and methane emissions. India and methane emission. India after China. China is first. America. China, America. And third is India. These countries are the largest emitters of methane. Largest emitters of methane. And these largest emitters of methane, specifically if I talk about just India, India's methane emission is 31 million ton per year. India is responsible for emitting 31 million ton per year methane. Most of it, 60% of it comes from agriculture. And that is the reason why India has not signed the Global Methane Pledge. This is also important for us, Global Methane Pledge. Can anybody tell me when Global Methane Pledge was signed? Can anyone tell me when Global Methane Pledge was signed? I would want to know if you know it. Why are you late, Sakim? Why are you late, Memuna? I don't like late people. Not like those late people. Can anybody tell me when was the Global Methane Pledge launched? Can anyone tell me when was the Global Methane Pledge launched? I'm waiting for answers. Let's discuss. Nevertheless, it was launched at COP 26, Glasgow, UK, and this was in the year 2021. What does this pledge want to say? This pledge says that if we compare the year 2020 to 2030, we have to cut down methane emissions by 30%. cut down methane emissions by 30%. Okay. Next, if I say India's stance, India, China and Russia are not a part of it. India, China and Russia are not a part of this pledge. So remember that as well. Very good, Glasgow. Very good, Sanjana, and very good, Shrishti. Very good, guys. Come on. Understood what is India's stance over it? Because India 60% of agriculture sector is responsible for methane emissions, especially through paddy and stubble burning. Paddy cultivation and stubble burning. That is why we are not pledging right now. We do not have that amount of adaptation in the agriculture sector. So that is why India is right now reluctant to do it. All right. We do not have any question with respect to this. Now moving on to the next question. See, the Himalayan black bear is commonly found. Okay, Sanjana, got it. The Himalayan black bear is commonly found in which of the following regions? Tibet, India, China or Bhutan? You have to select the correct answer using the codes which are given below. Come on. Very good. Korban? What is Korban, guys? No. Why are you answering late? Come on, come on, come on. Answer it. Try to answer the Himalayan black bear one. Do it. Himalayan black bear. Try to answer it, beta. Try to answer. Come on. I would want every one of you to answer. Each and every one of you must answer. Why? Because the more the merrier. Okay. Sakim has said C. We will talk about the Himalayan black bear. Sakim has said C. Others, apart from Sakim, nobody wants to answer or what? Try to answer, beta. Try to answer because it is good. Okay, Shamu has also answered. Sanjana has answered. Memuna has answered. Why are we discussing it? Because there are rising attacks on people in Uttarakhand area because of the Himalayan black bear. This is also known as the Asian black bear. Also known as the Asian black bear or the moon bear. It is also known as the moon bear. Why moon? Because right now I'm unable to show it to you guys, but in its chest over here, it has a crescent moon shaped mark like this. That is why it is known as the moon bear. In Uttarakhand, there are rising human animal conflict between this and the humans. That is why this is in the news. So moon bear, it is known by this particular name, and this particular bear is found in many countries of Asia. For example, in China, Nepal, Bhutan, India and Tibet. Bhutan, India and Tibet. Okay. It is in the IUCN. Let's talk about that later on. First of all, write this. It is getting threatened day by day. Why? There are certain reasons. First, it is hunted for bile. Bile is used for medicine. Okay. So hunted for bile. First that. Secondly, its habitat destruction is also increasing. This is also a problem. Remember, bile is used in medicine. Apart from that, habitat destruction is also a problem, beta. Habitat is getting destroyed every day. It is also having problems with respect to urbanization. Urbanization of the mountainous region is causing it a lot of stress, and that is why human wildlife conflict is also increasing. Human wildlife conflict is also increasing. In fact, the human wildlife conflict is now suggested to be a natural disaster. That is why anybody who has been in a natural disaster, in this kind of natural disaster, they are going to get a compensatory fund of 10 lakh rupees. All right. Moving on to the next part. If we call it Asiatic black bear, it has a very different kind of nature. In terms of nature, it is very shy, not exactly shy, but solitary. It wants to live akela, like I like. Okay. So thank you so much. I also am kind of bear. So what is it about the species behavior? First of all, let's talk about the behavior. I like this guy because he likes to live alone. Species. Behavior. Sometimes behavior is also asked in your examination. It is solitary in nature. अकेला रहना पसंद करता है. Doesn't want a lot of people. Solitary. It is nocturnal in nature. Nocturnal means it is active at night. Seldom it is active at day. It is mostly active at night, like most of you. It is seldom active at day. Not a lot activity occurs. Seldom active during the day. Okay. Apart from that, it lives for, what is its lifespan? Lifespan is also asked in your examination. 15 to 25 years. This is the lifespan. 15 to 25 years. Gestation period is approximately 250 to 280 days. It takes a lot of time to give birth. So that is why population hindrance is also there. 280 days approximately. And that is why concerning. Okay. Write it down, guys. Write it down. Why are you thanking me? Tell me, why are you thanking me? Don't thank me, beta. Where is it found? I have already told you where is it found. And habitat. If I talk about habitat, it lives in dense coniferous forest. Is coniferous forest. Coniferous forest. Because in the Himalayas, we will find highlands, we find coniferous forest. And its IUCN red list status is vulnerable. However, in India, it is secured, a very good place. In the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it is under Schedule 1. That means it has the highest level of protection. It is in the Schedule 1. All right. Please write it down along with me. Try to note everything down along with me. So it's better for you and me, both. Okay. Behavior. Let's move on. Now, if I go back to this question which I asked, now can you answer? The Himalayan black bear or the Asian black bear or the moon bear is commonly found in which of the following regions? It is found in Tibet, it is found in India, it is found in China, it is found in Bhutan. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and Nepal as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 all are correct. Option C here will be the correct answer. Now I hope you were able to answer it correctly. If not, why? Yes, Sanjana, like that. You must have also got, many people must have got teddy bears. I know how it happens because I have seen people. Shrishti, Sanjana, Rishi. Oh, C of course. Okay, thanks Rishi. C of course, ma'am. What are you talking about? Khan has also answered it correctly. Very good. Other than you guys, anybody else wants to contribute? Anybody else wants to contribute? Okay, no one. Now, moving on to the next question. See this question. Consider the following statements about the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. It is awarded annually by the Government of India. It recognizes contributions towards peace, disarmament and development. It can be awarded to individuals regardless of nationality. So you have to tell me what is the correct answer. Try to answer it correctly and be very quick about it. Be very quick about it. Come on guys. Come on. Don't want you all to be so late. Lazies. Come on, lazies, answers. Study Adda has answered. Okay, you must have answered the piche wala question. Come on, do it. Do it, guys. Okay, Sakim has answered. Rishi has said that he thinks. Why think? Why not know? Why think? Why not know, beta? Raj has also answered. This is recently in the news. Come on. Okay, Sanjana has answered. Okay, let's talk about it. Now, why is in the news? Because Michelle Bachelet, who is the former president of Chile, has recently received this prize. Why is it in the news? Indira Gandhi Prize. Look at the Indira Gandhi Prize first. Here is the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. Okay. Why is it in the news? Because former president of Chile has been awarded this. Why in news? Because the former president of Chile, who is Michelle Bachelet, has received this prize. This prize is given by not the government, but the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. Sonia Gandhi has recently given it, and this was the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize of 2024. 2024, this was named so. Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, not by the government. It is actually given on an annual basis. It can be given to anybody who belongs to any nationality. Eligibility could be any nationality, and it could be given to any person or any organization. Both can receive it. Any person or organization. So that's not a problem. It can be received by an organization as well. Okay, who is this RHT Prayagraj? Okay, I got it. You are pretty excited. That's nice. Because you belong to Prayagraj. That is the reason. So Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament. Yes. Okay, Sakim. Now can you answer it? Okay, because now you guys know it, right? Why, what are the basis of this award? Let's understand the basis of these awards as well, because that is also important. For anyone who is belonging to any nationality, a person or an individual who has worked in the field of peace and disarmament, first, who has worked in the field of human development, who is promoting racial equality, goodwill and harmony among nations, and other creative efforts for better international order. So this is for what we get the prize, Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. Okay. Now, see it. Consider the following statements about the Indira Gandhi Peace Prize. It is awarded annually. Yes, it's an annual affair. By the Government of India? No. It is given by the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. This is a trust-based award. And it can be given to any individual or an organization. It recognizes contribution towards peace, disarmament and development. Yes. That is why the official name is Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace. Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development. This is the official name. Disarmament and Development. Okay. Development. Now, apart from that, it can be awarded to individuals, yes, and to any organization, regardless of nationality. Yes. So, second and third are correct, but first is not correct. So, option B will be the correct answer. Let's see how many of you have done it. Sanjana has answered. Others have answered D. Why? Is it given by the Government of India? Really, this government will be giving to somebody Indira Gandhi Peace Prize? Are you guys kidding me? Moving on to the next question, guys. Moving on to the next question. Let's talk about this very important news. First, let's talk about a bigger news so that I can raise you well with the smaller news. This particular question. The term Goldilocks economy. The term Goldilocks economy is used to describe an economic situation which is favorable for. Okay, I hope you understand this. We are talking about Goldilocks. What is Goldilocks? Goldilocks is something, very good Memuna. Goldilocks is something that is particularly perfect in nature. That is why Goldilocks zone. So, the term Goldilocks economy is used to describe an economic situation which is favorable for frequent monetary tightening, high fiscal deficit, stable pricing and balanced policy making, hyperinflation and management. Tell me, okay, Shrishti has answered. Very good, Shrishti. Option C. Anybody else wants to answer? I am saying good on the basis of answering, not correct or incorrect. Sakim has also answered. Memuna has answered. What Memuna? Me? What me? Come on, others also answer, beta. Okay, RHT Prayagraj has answered. Very good. Satyam has also answered. Raj has also answered. Very good. Okay, Sanjana has answered. Rishi has also answered. Yes, yes, yes. Goldilocks means what? When we say that Earth is in the Goldilocks zone, what does it mean? That Earth is perfectly placed at an area where it is able to support life. Similarly, a Goldilocks economy is an economy where the growth is neither too high, GDP growth is neither too high nor too low. This has been given in a report by Morgan Stanley. So this is a Morgan Stanley report by Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley has given this term Goldilocks economy in a report, and for this it has suggested in the near future, especially for the upcoming fiscal year, especially for fiscal year 26, it has suggested that India will grow at a rate of 6.8%. Now, India wants to become a developed economy, right? India wants to become a developed economy by the year 1947. To become a developed economy by the year 1947, on an average, every year, we must secure 8% of GDP growth, which we are nearing 6.8%. Now, this is not something that has been done by the government. This is something that has been suggested by a third party, and that is why it is important that we understand it. So, for fiscal year, it is saying that 6.8%, but for becoming a developed economy by the year 1947, we need 8%. That means sometimes if we are getting 7% of growth rate, sometimes we have to do it 10%. Between this only we have to stay. Now, Morgan Stanley says that this is possible because in India, this kind of GDP growth is neither too high, GDP growth, nor too low, okay, not too low. And whenever you have this kind of system in which you have a very stabilized form of understanding, you have a steady and moderate growth rate, for which India has it 6.8% approximately. Growth is neither too high, that will trigger inflation. For inflation targeting, we have already known that 2% to 6% should be our inflation bracket. This is suggested by the Monetary Policy Committee of the RBI. So that continuously investments can flow and growth is not too low, which will cause a slowdown or recession. Apart from that, Goldilocks zone in India, Goldilocks economy in India, which is representing a very balanced output. First, inflation is manageable. It is within the range of 2% to 6%, and risks of overheating or contraction are minimal. Because of this, we have stable policy making. That means policy will not be too erratic nor too depressed, achieving price stability and encouraging investors' confidence. So that is why here for this particular question, this question that we gave you, no, not this one. Where did the question go? Yes, here. So the correct answer to this question would be option C, stable pricing and balanced policy making. All right, this is another very important news. Now, answer this news. The protected area permit regime mainly applies to which of the following states or union territories? Come on, answer this question. Be quick about it. Answer this question. Answer this question. Okay, Sakim has said C. Others can answer, please. Sakim has said C correctly. Can others answer? Only one aspirant has answered it correctly. I need more answers. I think only Sakim has been watching it in 5G. Others are watching it in 3G. Sanjana has answered A. Raj has answered A. Okay. We are talking about protected area permit. What is protected area permit? First, let's understand it. There is a difference between protected area permit and inner line permit. Okay, Khan has also answered. RST Prayagraj has answered. Sakim has also answered. Let's talk about protected area permit. Protected area permit. This permit is available for foreign nationals who want to come into the sensitive zones of India. For foreign nationals, that means who do not belong to the Indian citizenry, foreign nationals who want to visit sensitive areas of India. Now tell me, if I talk about sensitive areas of India over here, majorly it talks about those states which are lying very close to the border, international border. So states or regions which lie very close to the international border. Regions which lie close to the international borders. Okay, so keep this in mind. Now, if I talk about this permit, this is given under the Foreigners Orders Act. All right. I hope you have written it. Keep on writing with me. Okay, Sakim is saying A is the correct answer. Many of you are saying A. So yes, because of this only you can understand we are talking mostly about A over here. Why? Because it is lying close to the international borders. Under which act it is given? Foreigners Protected Areas Order. It is given under Foreigners Protected Areas Order, Act of 1958. So that foreigners, if they have to go somewhere, if they have to go in certain parts of India, they have any sort of permit. Otherwise, it is not going to be given. All right. It should fall under, what should be the authority who gives it? Of course, the Ministry of Home Affairs. The Ministry of Home Affairs is the issuing authority because it is talking about the internal security, right? So, is the issuing authority. Very good. Those who have answered it correctly, very nice. Do Indians also have some sort of permit system if they want to visit certain sensitive parts of the country? Yes, they have inner line permit. For Indian citizens, we have the inner line permit. Keep that in mind. For Indian citizens, similarly, this permit is for foreigners. For us, it is ILP, inner line permit. Keep this in mind. All right. So the correct answer would be Nagaland and Sikkim. Those who have answered it correctly, very good guys, very good. Moving on to the next question. See this report and answer me. See this question and answer me. Which of the following are classified as endangered by the IUCN? Okay. IUCN has classified out of these three, how many are classified as endangered or which ones? Indian Ocean humpback dolphin, Gangetic River dolphin, Indo-Pacific humpback dolphin. I need answers. I do not want you all to remain stable and do something else. Answer me. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I need answers, guys. The more the merrier. Come on. Answer it. Done. Okay, you guys are saying C. So Sakim has answered C, Satyam has answered C, Sanjana has answered C, Shamu has answered C, Rishi has answered C, Sakim Khan and Raj has answered C, RHT Prayagraj has answered D. Okay, let's see which ones are correct. First of all, why am I asking this question? Because there has been a recent development in Ashtamudi Lake of Kerala, and they are trying to study that what is the relationship or the interaction. Shrishti has also answered A. What is the relationship between the fishermen over there and how they are interacting with the wild dolphins? So this study has been done in Ashtamudi Lake. Ashtamudi Lake of Kerala. What is the interaction? How are they interacting between fishermen and dolphins, wild dolphins. This is a wild dolphin. Okay, so let's first of all talk about this dolphin. This dolphin is extremely important and this is the humpback dolphin. Humpback dolphin are generally found in shallow waters. They do not live in deep waters. Okay, Memuna has also answered. They not only are found in Asia, but also Africa and Australia. So if it is asked in your examination that where are they found, keep in mind, not only Asia, but Africa and Australia also. In Indian coast, that means near the coast of India. India has a 11,098 kilometer of coastline. So in our coast, we have the Indian Ocean humpback dolphin, the scientific name of which is Sausa plumbea. The IUCN of this is endangered. It is endangered in nature. Which one? Indian Ocean humpback dolphin. Then we have Indo-Pacific humpback dolphin, which is vulnerable, not endangered. This is vulnerable. If it is asked in your examination, what is the scientific name? Sometimes it is also asked. So remember, it is Sausa sinensis. Apart from that, the Gangetic river dolphin, this is endangered in nature. The Gangetic river dolphin is our national aquatic animal as well. Declared so in 2009. And it is a visionless or blind dolphin. It is almost blind, not completely, but almost blind in nature. And this is also an indicator species, indicates the pollution level. In India, we have the most amount of national Gangetic river dolphin. It is found generally in the Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna river system and Karnafuli, Sangu river system as well. For India, it is found the most amount in Chambal. We know that there is a sanctuary of them as well. So dolphin sanctuary is in Vikramshila, Bihar. Some talks are also going on to make one in Uttar Pradesh as well. So first dolphin sanctuary is in Vikramshila, Bihar. Keep that in mind. It could be asked in your examination. All right. Apart from that, the Indus River dolphin in India, recently there was a survey which said that there are only 3 Indus River dolphin. And because they are found in the Indus River, so in our India, only Beas has 3 Indian river dolphins. All right. So that's, yeah, it is also known as the Susu dolphin because of its, the sound that it makes. Okay. So Beas has 3 Indus River dolphins. Habitat includes the Indus River in Pakistan and small population in the Beas River of Punjab. So this was concerning for India. Now can you answer? Now can you answer, guys? This particular question which I gave you. Which ones are endangered? Gangetic River dolphin, is it endangered? Yes. Indo-Pacific is vulnerable, as it is written over here. Yes. Indo-Pacific is vulnerable. Gangetic River is endangered. Indian Ocean humpback is also endangered. So 1 and 2 are endangered. Option A will be the correct answer. Okay. Yes, there is a difference in their makeup and where they are found. In their makeup, how they are made and where they are found. All right, moving on. Next one is, let's see this particular news, or we can say let's see this particular question. With reference to the world urbanization prospects of 2025, consider the following statements. This report is released by UN Habitat first. Jakarta is the world's most populous city according to the 2025 assessment. A mega city is defined as a city with a population of over 10 million. Come on. No worries, Sakim. Come on, answer it, beta. Answer it correctly. Try to answer it correctly, beta. What is the correct answer to this question? The World Urbanization Prospects Report of 2025. Come on. This is a very data specific report, so we have to remember the data as well. Okay, Shrishti has answered C. Okay, Sakim has answered D. Others are also expected to answer. Chirag has answered D. Chirag, this is, I think, since a very long time you have answered right now. Why? Sanjana has said B. Sakim has said D. Khan has said D. RHT Prayagraj has said D. Satyam says C. Okay, so let's talk about this report. This report is presented by UN DESA, not UN Habitat, but UN DESA. That means United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Department of Economic and social affairs. So that makes the first statement to be incorrect. You can eliminate this, this and this. So that means 2 and 3 only will be the correct answer, in which it is saying that Jakarta is the world's most populous city according to the 2025 assessment. A mega city is a city where the population is of more than 10 million. Now data is a lot, so let's talk about the data. Global findings for this year have suggested that 45% of the world's population currently lives in cities. That means there are still 55% of the people who are living in villages. Number of mega cities according to this report is a city which has a population of more than 10 million, which has also increased. There were just 8 in 1975. Now in 2025 it has quadrupled. That means grown more than 4 times. We have 33 cities now. Apart from that, Jakarta is the world's most populous city, which is followed by Dhaka of Bangladesh. Then we have Tokyo of Japan and New Delhi of India. So that is why this was very important for us to know. For India's specific findings, remember that 44% of India's population lives in urban areas. That means how many population percentage of population still lives in gaon area? Tell me, village area. India, along with 6 other countries, will add over 500 million new urban residents if we talk about the year 2025 to 2050. That means in 25 years, we are going to grow more cities and specifically more mega cities. Now, moving on to the next question, which is actually a very important homework question. I will also take the names of those students who have answered my homework question correctly. This is from modern history and Rani of Jhansi is in the news recently. So let's talk about it. No, this report is from 2025, beta. This is the current report. Okay. So which of the following statements about the doctrine of lapse as applied to the Jhansi is are correct? It was invoked because the adopted heir was a minor at the time of accession. It denied recognition of adopted heirs unless approved by the court of directors. It was one of the cause of Rani Lakshmi Bai joining the 1857 revolt. Do it. This is your homework question. You have to answer it correctly. Okay. So tell me, let me tell you the names of those students who have answered my previous question correctly. Yes, this is a daily affair. Come to the classes daily. This will be your daily affair. All right. So let me just take the names of those students who have answered my previous question correctly. How many of you have done it? Not in this one. Not in that one. Again? No, not in that one. I think it was the first one. You have to answer it in the comment section. Not here, but the comment section. Yes. The last question that I asked, Saket answered it. Thank you, Saket. Then Sanjana answered it and Firoz answered it. Okay. So now when this particular session gets, absolved, you have to answer it commonly in the comment section. All right. I want each and every one of you to answer it so that I can take your names in my next session, that is tomorrow's session. All right, guys. So thank you so much, everyone, for remaining intact till the very end. Tomorrow we are going to have our next session. Till then, bye-bye, take care, and remember that current affairs is very important. That means you have to come daily. And it's a very good class to understand how current affairs questions get asked. Okay, so bye-bye, take care.